Taxes. One of the many things we have to put up with in life, whether you like it or not. Believe me, I don't think anyone likes taxes in general. But it is important to know and understand what they are and how they work. So, first off, what are taxes? To give a simple definition, taxes are an amount of money that a government requires people to pay according to their income, the value of their property, or just anything in that category. What are taxes used for? Federal income taxes are used to provide for national work programs such as national defense, veterans, foreign affairs, social programs, community development, law enforcement, and finally, interest on the national debt. It's basically used to provide goods and services for the benefit of the American people, which is quite the system if you ask me. What are taxes based upon? Since governments cannot operate without revenue, mostly you get charged with an income tax, in which that's what we went over. The tax is generally based on how much you earn in a year. Most of the money you receive is income and subject to the tax. The U.S. income tax system also imposes taxes based on corporations, estates, and trusts. How are your taxes determined? To determine your tax rate, the IRS, or the Internal Revenue Service, uses a series of ranges that represent increasingly higher amounts of income. These are called tax brackets. For every dollar of income you earn that falls into each bracket, you owe a percentage of that dollar in taxes. This is called progressive taxation. Quite the complicated thing, isn't it? What are taxes on stock gains? Long-term capital gains are taxed according to graduated thresholds for taxable income at 0%, 15%, or 20%. The tax rate for most taxpayers who report long-term capital gains is 15% or lower. Short-term capital gains are taxed just like your ordinary income. That is up to 37% depending on your tax bracket. Types of taxes. Besides the progressive tax, the income tax, and the capital gains we covered, there are other taxes that are out there. First off, consumption tax, a tax that is based on the money people spend, not on the money people earn. The regressive tax is where the average tax burden decreases with income. Proportional tax, which is also referred to a flat tax, is a tax in which the percentage of tax taken from the person's income remains the same regardless of how much money he or she earns. Ad valorem tax is a tax whose amount is based on the value of a transaction or of a property. It is typically imposed at the time of a transaction, as in the case of a sales tax or a value-added tax. Property tax is a tax paid property owned by an individual or any other legal entity, such as a corporation. It is technically a real estate ad valorem tax. Finally, the inheritance tax is levied on assets inherited from a deceased person. Unlike estate tax, which is levied on the value, the tax is levied on the value of the inheritance received by the beneficiary, and it's the beneficiary who pays it. Why are taxes important? To conclude this presentation, I'm going to leave on this final question. Why are taxes important? Well, the money in taxes go to many places. As covered earlier, they help support common resources and also used to fund government programs that help the poor and less fortunate people, and even education. Whether you love them or hate them, taxes are beneficial and helpful to our society. But don't raise them, that's the one thing you don't want to do. Oh wait. Welp. Anyway, that is all. Yay, taxes!